Going back to the name, image, likeness thing for 1 second. It's funny that we were talking about, or just the in general, NLRA and all of that. I saw this tweet last night because we had kind of talked about some of this yesterday. And this is like the angle that I hate the most out of all this, or the vultures that will take advantage of this, whole atmosphere, of which there will be many. And we've seen all the businesses that have sprouted up to deal solely with name, image, likeness. Hey, in one way, yet those are absolutely needed, so long as the people have the best interest at heart. And I do think there are probably a lot of former athletes who have started NIL businesses that are dealing with now current athletes and are doing a great job. But there's also like the advertising people and all these people that come flying in. And so I saw, somebody, I think it was Darren Ravel mentioned Mackenzie Milton, and he was like, going to have all these NIL deals and everything. And then, obviously did not perform well, and, the Jacksonville State loss and all of that. And so Ravel was just talking about how, some of these deals are going to blow up in people's faces. And other people pointed out, well, like, that's just business in general. And that's absolutely true. Like, there's a risk to giving money to anybody and them living up to it. But this guy who appears to be involved in, like, the behind-the-scenes INL stuff, he made this comment, and it just drove me absolutely insane. But it stuck with me because I think this is kind of the direction that we're going. He said, Ravel had his tweet about Milton. Somebody said, that's a great point. So much volatility with college athletes. Many are vastly unproven. And this guy who's getting into the NIL game or whatever says, that's why content creation is crucial for athletes. Don't let your on-field performance dictate your off-field earnings. And I just hate that. I just hate that idea, and that's where we're going. Like, the content creation, he's right. Like, a lot of these people, like Sincere, like, who would have guessed he has like 11 deals, he just said? Like, what the hell? Yeah. But, you do the content creation on Instagram. Hey, make sure you post this. And I'm wearing my Texas Ties t-shirt thanks to the good old 45, whatever. But don't let your on-field performance dictate your off-field earnings. Like, am I just reacting weird to that?
No, you're not. He could have worded that better.
Yeah.
He could have,
because if that's the mindset, we are totally screwed.
No, because if we're not going to have college athletics, but it doesn't matter how you perform on the field or whether you start or not, then, yeah, everybody has a right to make money. That was always the argument. Everybody else in college, whatever student you might be, whatever your major is or classes you take or whatever classification, you can make money. That was always the argument. Now it seems like we've gotten much deeper than that. And Mac Rose will join us at 4:20. There's so many things we need to ask him, but we'll have to try to get to that point with him again.
There's a reason sneaker companies don't pick the kicker who missed the game-winning kick to endorse their product. Because if I'm a fan of...
But what if he does make a kick and then he endorses your product and misses 4 in a row?
But they're careful about it. I mean, then... there's some guys that get shoe deals and then we forget about it because they phase them out. I mean, I'm sure there's, Nike warehouse is probably littered with deals from guys that just didn't pan out. But
Corey Coleman.
Yeah. I mean, things like that.
And he signed Jordan Brayton. But I mean, here's the thing is like, it shouldn't. I know that there's going to be deals that just are going to be made, and it's about that person's popular. Like we've seen, like all the gymnasts. There's a couple gymnasts that were getting paid more than anybody right out of the gates, and I don't know if they're any good or not. But I know they have 1 million followers on Instagram, and that's really
like Evan Stewart.
That's what matters.
TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. It's the followers, not the performance. So this guy is technically right, but I think if that's like sort of the mindset, it's like not really about how we perform. It's just getting these deals, like. Then this is going to get really dumb because, no, it is about the performance. That's why people are showing up to McLean Stadium and to Alabama Stadium and to Oklahoma to see the performance, not the guy who's got the Instagram sponsorship and who cares if he catches a ball or not. You know what I'm saying? It's just...
Jordan Brand is Jordan Brand because he's the greatest ever.
Why are you here if it's not about that? How did you get the scholarship if it's not... Like, that was all where it stems from, the competition and your performance and all of that. That's how you got your scholarship. So now you get to college and it doesn't matter because Burger King wants to pay you $100,000 a year? Like, am I just crazy over here?
No, you're not. I said you weren't. No, you're right.
But I mean, there's going to be athletes who it's not about the performance.
I'm sure there are some examples, like of somebody that's just got a niche.
Of course.
That's not a starter, might never play. Like Jackson Moffitt, who's not going to go down and earn a medical degree. God bless him. But he was a major part of really a lot of what Baylor basketball was last year with his, the Mullet brothers and Matthew Meyer. Here's from Tony Altimore. He's a consultant. He does stats. He's not going to join us today. We were going to have him on today, but we're packed. Craig, it's only going to get worse. In New York theater and dance, castings are heavily influenced by social media followings. If people are close, talent is losing to marketing benefit already.
Yeah,
The difference is that ballerinas don't miss a field goal. Slightly less good football player, they can fall.
That's why we have TikTok stars fighting former MMA fighters, and we have people who don't act very well at all showing up in movies because they're super popular on TikTok. And I get that, and I get that that's like, I am not against the student athlete making money, but I think if the mindset becomes it's not about your on-field performance, or don't let your on-field performance dictate your off-field earnings. Like business-wise, yeah, that's good advice, but for the sole reason that you're there in the first place to have that platform, no, the performance should matter, and I'm just afraid that the athletes are going to become of the mindset of like, well, it doesn't really matter what I do ultimately because, hey, I'm still creating my brand, and I don't know.
We got to break. The chat room is loaded up with a lot of opinions on exactly what we've talked about, from the unionization up to anything else with college athletes. We will take a break here. 254-339-1122. We'll